So let's start with what IO is, what industrial organization is. A quick definition, okay? Then we can talk about the scope, the contents, okay, evaluation textbooks, and so on. So what is IO? I'm going to call industrial organization as IO, okay? Even though in some other circumstances you can see IO can relate to input, output, okay, or some other stuff. But here, IO is going to be industrial organization. Studies markets, in particular those markets that are not perfectly competitive. So study markets. The market here includes industrial, agriculture, and services. Okay, industrial markets, agricultural markets, and services markets. In particularly the markets that are not perfectly competitive. Okay, so it sounds like very micro stuff, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see whether this is exactly the time, the slide that I want. Just 1 second, okay? Because I have so many, okay. It's not one. 1 second. I have another package of slides that I want to use in use. Students, alternative. Okay, I would rather use this one. Okay, another package. We have the definition as well, but it's going to be a more complete definition, okay? So what is IO again? Again, I would like to restart actually, okay, with the definition of IO. So IO, what is IO? What is industrial organization? The IO is concerned with the workings of markets and industries, in particular the way firms compete one with the other. Okay, so that's the definition according to a book that is Luis Cabran. I'm using this as the textbook only because it's small enough for a course of 3 credits, okay, to be. While the church and where it's a bigger one, it's more detailed, bigger, so it's not appropriate for only 3 credits. IO, or in some cases, we are going to call it industrial economics, okay, industrial organization, or in some other curriculum, you can see it is called industrial economics, like international economics, development economics, and this one is industrial economics. It's the study of the operation and performance of imperfectly competitive markets and the behavior of firms in the markets. So that's the definition coming out of the second book, which is The Church and Where. So we can take a look at these two definitions, and we can see the objectives is to get an improved understanding of static and dynamic problems faced by firms. Static and dynamics, okay? Both approaches, the static approach and the dynamic approach, the problems faced by firms. And then when we talk about problems faced by firms, it's going to be the two scopes. One, the problem internally, internal problems, and then two, the external problems. So internal problem, internally, then we refer to what? We refer to the organizing production within the firm. Okay, so we want to have a better understanding of static and dynamic problems within the firm. It means within the production process of the firm. And the problem, the outside of the firm, we call it the external problems. It means how firms compete one with the other in the market. Okay, so IO deals with the problems that firms face, either internally or externally. Internally means problems inside the firm, including mostly the production problem. And it's also about organizational behavior, for example, how the firm is structured, right? What technology the firm should adopt, what R&D level the firms should go with. Okay, so that's things inside the firm. And problems outside of the firm, when the firm produce and have the goods already, then they face other firms in the market. They compete one with the other, so problems in the market. So firms and the market, internal and external. Okay, so we have, in a slight way of saying, we can have two main domains of IO. One is the theory of the firm, and two is the theory of the markets. Theory of the firm is from inside the firm, and the theory of the markets, okay, the problems outside of the firm. So relatively saying, what I'm going to explain, what I'm going to teach you mostly, is going to be the external problems, the theory of the markets, while the my firm is going to work with you mostly on the theory of the firm. Okay? In the loose way of saying, okay, that's how we differentiate between the two professors, two instructors. And the key word here is imperfect competition. And the other key word is the behavior of firms. The behavior of firms. So I'm going to mention a lot about different behaviors of firms, different behaviors. Okay, very strong, very aggressive behavior, or very soft behavior. Okay, it depends. So the key word about behavior becomes very important in this analysis. So now a longer, more complicated explanation about IO. You can read it here. It's not required for you to memorize this, but at least to motivate the science that we are going to study. Okay, it's going to be the field of IO emerged after the establishment of national markets in manufacturing goods at the turn of the century. These national markets had two important distinguished characteristics. Products were differentiated and operated by only a few large firms. The goods are differentiated and the firms are large. Okay. These features suggest that the theory of perfect competition, which assumes homogeneous products and large number of small buyers and sellers, is inapplicable. In general, we expect that markets in which there are only a few firms or markets in which products are differentiated will be characterized by firms that are price makers, not the price takers of the perfectly competitive model. So, IO deals with the market that is imperfectly competitive, that deals with the goods that are mostly heterogeneous, differentiated, that deals with the firms that are large enough in the sense that the firms will have market power. Okay? And those are the keywords. Still long like that? Okay. What is? By withdrawing supply, large firms